Hello, I'm Don Benton. Since first elected, I have fought tirelessly to reduce taxes and make government more accountable. I continue to fight the runaway growth of government and ever-increasing taxes. This is why I've always signed the pledge sponsored by Americans for Tax Reform to never vote for a tax increase. My opponent will not sign it. Although he talks a lot about bipartisanship, he voted with Governor Gregoire and the Seattle Democrats 93% of the time. I'm actually the only candidate with a long historical record of working across the aisle with my Democrat friends to protect our children, create jobs, and reduce taxes without cutting education. I believe a solid education is the state's primary duty, which is why I'm working to reform our schools by creating more accountability and sending more money directly to the classroom. During his 4 years in office, Tim Probst has voted to slash an incredible $4 billion from our public schools. By contrast, I fought for and passed a budget that made zero cuts to education because I understand the critical importance of providing the best education possible to our children. Our future, and theirs, depends on it. But even with a well-educated workforce, we still need jobs. This is why I focus much of my effort on making sure government is doing everything it can to help the private sector create jobs. As many of you know, I myself am a small business owner, and I too am struggling with the effects of this recession. Even so, over a year ago, when the legislature cut state workers' pay and not their own pay, as I suggested, I voluntarily cut my own part-time salary. My dad, a retired naval officer, taught me that you lead by example. I pledge to continue my efforts to eliminate government regulation that stifles private sector job growth, and will fight to protect our free enterprise system, the only true source of jobs and prosperity. The Washington Association of Police and Sheriffs have endorsed my re-election because I've been a leader in public safety. After 14-year-old Chelsea Harrison was murdered in Vancouver by a man who got out on a loophole, I fought to pass the Chelsea Harrison Act to make sure that no family in Washington would ever suffer from a tragedy like this again. Passing major crime legislation like this requires strong bipartisan relationships regardless of what political party is in power. My opponent proved during the primary election that he will stop at nothing, including lying about my attendance record to steal this Senate seat from you, the citizens of Clark County. Please don't be fooled by the negative attacks of personal destruction and the denigration of my years of public service to you. I am Don Benton, and serving you is an honor and a privilege that I take very seriously. Regardless of whether you are a Democrat, an independent, or a Republican, I humbly ask for your continued trust and your vote. Please call me with any questions you may have. Thank you.